This is Deborah Atkinson, and you're listening to the Voice for Fitness Professionals podcast, where I share programming, marketing, and promotion strategies that are easy, enjoyable, even fun, so you can create a business and a life you love. And no matter when you are listening to this episode, continuing education and rejuvenation is always timely. So as we record this at the beginning of February, the very beginning, though it is time when fitness pros are looking at annual continuing education budgets and live conferences they may want to go to, continuing education, combining getaways with business building. And that brings me to my guest today. Before we dive in, though, today's episode is brought to you by the Flipping 50 Specialist Program, training fitness professionals and health coaches to be experts at hormone balancing exercise prescription, especially for women in peri-menopause, menopause, and long after menopause. My guest today, Janice Jaicks, is the founder and creator of FitnessFest Conference and Expo, as well as AquaCon, Spring Cleaning for the Soul Retreat, and Desert Swim School. Janice has been teaching swim lessons in water fitness since 1985. She's trained hundreds of instructors in the field of water exercise all over the country. FitnessFest is a continuing education conference for fitness professionals and has been serving fitness and health pros with events in the Southwest since 1998. In 2018, FitnessFest added 4 new cities to its schedule in conjunction with the Fit Expo. FitnessFest has worked with several Native American communities in their diabetes prevention and treatment projects for the past 6 years. This woman is on the move. In fact, we had to tell her to sit still in the green room here. As a leader in the fitness industry, like a handful of other amazing female fitness leaders, identifying a need and then taking it on as a personal responsibility, I brought her in today because I'm involved as a presenter at FitnessFest in April. And this event is truly a jewel. It's big, the offerings and the sessions, and we dive into that here today. And the customer service is big, but the feel is small. They know me, and I think you too will feel that way and love it. So without further delay, Janice Jaicks, thanks for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me. I'm thrilled to be part of your podcast, and I'm so glad that you said that we are big but small, and I didn't even prompt you to say that. So we pride ourselves in having a lot of choices in our workshops and our certifications, but being genuine, being down to earth. Our presenters are all approachable, and you get that small feel. You don't feel just like a number. And so I'm glad you said that, because that's exactly the way we feel about our FitnessFest conferences. So yeah.
So good. Yeah, I love that. And I think it says a lot, when you hope that that's what you're projecting out the front end, but then clearly from the back end, you're doing it for those who are coming to present. Your customer service has been amazing as far as extending to me. So it's been a great experience so far, but I've got to ask you this. So given the intro, I can do math. So we are somewhat sisters in terms of where we land in age in the fitness industry. So it's relevant for me to ask usually when I have somebody on the Flipping 50 podcast, but I'm going to ask you, I'm going there. How old are you, Janice?
I'm 63.
That is so amazing. And so this is a logical next question. I mean, 2018, you expanded to 4 more cities. What made you do that while many of your peers may be looking to retire and you are totally rewiring, girl?
Yeah, sometimes I wonder myself. However, I guess I'd like to say I'm an entrepreneur spirit, and I was given an opportunity a couple of years ago to join these other cities, and I just couldn't say no. And so I jumped for it. And like I said, sometimes I wonder why, I can't sit still, but why don't I want a little bit more time to travel and a time to chill? But it's not really, I just feel like I have so much more to do, so much more to give. I'm not there yet. And if things are going, our people are just so wonderful. And I want to keep that going. And we were just in LA at the Fit Expo this past weekend. And I want to speak of that. Like, why am I doing this? But this woman came up to me and said, like, she registered, but she didn't pay. It wasn't complete. So I called her a couple weeks ago and I said, did you want to come? And she goes, oh my gosh, I can't believe you're calling me. And then I offered her a discount, and she goes, and when I saw her this past weekend, she came up to me and gave me a hug and started crying. And there were other people, other attendees there who were just like, oh, you guys are so professional and we just love it. And it's like, this is why I do it, and I'm not saying that to be an egomaniac or anything. It's just like, wow, we are touching and affecting these fitness professionals in a good way. And my heart can't stop it. And I do thrive on it. I do thrive on the stress a little bit. So, so yeah, it's fun. It's a great field. As you know, you feel the energy, you live the energy, and it just makes it all worth it. So
good. Yeah. And I kind of think, I'm guessing that you feel this way too, that we are pioneers. You certainly, being in your 60s and being in a position of leadership, because you've seen so much for the last 30 years, you've seen the evolution, and it's almost like, we are changing, what it looks like to be aging fitness professionals, and what an influence we'll have, and that we can interact with the 20-somethings coming in. It's really unique.
Yeah, it is. And I hope we have more 20-somethings coming in, because I don't know about you, but I find that there's not too many. And it's such a great field. It's a fun field, even if you just want to, as a mom, teach a few classes or whatever. But I find there's not enough young blood coming in. But yeah, I've seen so many changes. I mean, we just celebrated our 20-year anniversary last April at our big Phoenix event. And I just remember, in the first couple of years, I mean, Jay Planik and Andre Houlet and step and leg warmers and high impact kind of stuff. And some of that stuff is still out there too, but yeah, but what's on our schedule in Phoenix and even in the other cities that we're doing is older adults. So active aging and corrective exercise and functional training. And those are our most attended seminars. Gut health is so popular right now. But we're also bringing to Phoenix high fitness and pound and strong by Zumba, and that is popular as well. But so you got to try to keep up on what's popular for the up and coming, but also us aging boomers. What are we looking for as a fitness trainer, or as an aqua instructor, or as a group fitness instructor? Who are we serving, and what education can we get from conferences to serve us, to help serve our clients and our students? So we hope that we have a great variety. We do get complimented on our variety, and it is sometimes a challenge to know what the trends are and to keep up with that. So
love that. And I love the wide variety, but I also want to ask you a little bit about going deep diving. But I want to pause for a minute for listeners, because you brought up such a great point. I taught in a university setting for 15 years. And during that period of time, and it's been 6 years since I've been out of the classroom and away from the university, but during that 15 years prior, we were exploding. We were growing every year by 800%, and then 700% the next year. And it was phenomenal in terms of those students who were joining our program, wanting to either be in pre-PT or pre-med, and really look at sports medicine as a venue, but also those people who wanted to be personal trainers or business owners. So I'm really a little shocked by what you've said about there being a smaller pool of 20 something. So I'd love to hear from you listeners. If you're 20 something or early in your career, respond and talk to me, because I'd love to know how many of you are out there and listening to the podcast. But let's dive in, Janice, because I've got a question about, do you offer tracks, like for someone who wants to deep dive into either the business or into a specific area, like looking at older adults or aging?
Absolutely. We have, so our Phoenix April 25th through 28th event, it's at the Sheridan. It's Mesa, but it's outside of Phoenix because everyone's heard of Phoenix and not everyone's heard of Mesa. So I have to mention Phoenix. There are 7 tracks or 7 90-minute to 2-hour workshops going on it, or seminars going on at one time. And we try to get each one to attract, like we have gut health that will probably attract everybody, but coaching squat and lunge variations, for example. So something that attracts the personal trainer, something that attracts someone who only works with older adults, the group fitness instructor, the aqua instructor, the mind body, the yoga, Pilates or bar instructor, cycle. So we have that variety in each time slot. So, and then there's a track called business. And so social media, like you'll be doing for us, or how to become a better fitness instructor, or how to build your personal training business. So things like that are offered as well. So yes, I'm just diving deep into your career or your specialty. So a lot of people wear many hats, and a lot of people have just one specialty or maybe have several specialties. So we like to think we have something for everybody at our event. So.
Yeah, and I love that. And I also love, I think we need to touch on this, because I've been a trainer as long as you have. I think we probably got started like simultaneously.
You didn't tell me how old you were yet.
54, but I started in 1984. Yeah, so this is year 35. Okay. So when I started, of course, it was all live. We weren't doing continuing education online. Yeah. You could order a book and do a virtual course. It wasn't virtual then, but I've come back to live events, when for a while it was convenient to do it virtually, but you miss the enthusiasm, the excitement, energy, and then the network. Yeah. So it's so much recharging. And I think so many fitness professionals get into it because they do love it. Right. They love it for themselves and they want to share that feeling with other people. And you can't get that by yourself when you do your continuing education. So I love a live event.
People come for the CEC, for the continuing education units, and they will get that. But what you get out of it, what you walk away with, is so much more. And the feedback that we get from our attendees is that they love the energy, the excitement, the networking, the buzz, the rejuvenation that they get when they go back, and they just can give so much more. They can be energized themselves so that they can give so much more, not just information, but yes, information, safety, new formats, new choreography, new moves, whatever it may be. But we've got to be a motivator, whether we're one-on-one training or a huge group. We've a different kind of motivation, and you need that live. You need that energy buzz of a live conference or live workshops, I think, to really be the best that you can be, so that we can give our clients and our students that energy and that motivation that they deserve from us.
I so agree. Oh, right. Talk to me a little bit about pre-cons. Are there pre-conference events and workshops going on?
Thursday, April 25th, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 8 or 9. We have Zumba Basic, and that's where we hope to get some of these youngsters there. Well, you don't have to be a youngster to do Zumba, but Strong by Zumba, which of course is hitting the country by storm. Open the door to Tai Chi. We have the Ageless Body. We have an Aqua. We have Freedom Bar, which is there's a few different bar programs out there, and we are very excited to have Amanda Strand, who is also, she's from back east, but she's taking the country by storm with her Freedom Bar instructor certification. We have Stroop's foundational training, which is very much designed for the personal trainer. Mashup was just such a fun HIIT program. And then Dr. Evan Osar, who's always a big draw at our event. He's doing scoliosis, stenosis, and osteoporosis. The best. Yeah, so that's like a real specialty. Yeah, it's like a long title and a real specialty. So I think I named them all, a really good variety. So people can choose an all-day training on April 25th. Typically a lot of CEUs and typically a certification, and or they can go to the mini workshops throughout the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and get a lot more, just a bunch of different variety. Like I said, the yoga or social media, hormones. To tell you the truth, one of the highest numbers. We launched Cyber Monday, and we've got tons of registrations. And the highest number is female core 2.0, complete conditioning for the core and pelvic floor. So I found that I think it's great. It's but isn't it fascinating that has the most numbers, So it's all great. It's all great fun. Just lots of fun choices and education and workouts and practical applications too.
Lots of fun. Oh, and I'm so glad that Evan's going to be there. I had known that, forgot it. He's a good friend, and I've heard him talk about a number of other things.
That his wife Janice, who is doing. They're both, their names are on this, but she's the woman behind the man for sure. So, or she's the woman in front of the man.
Yes, she is. I love her.
Oh, sorry, whatever.
So good. That is so great. Okay. Love that. What are the most popular workshops? So you've just mentioned the female core 2.0.
That's
Who's
Janice,
doing that one?
Janice and Evan. Yeah.
That's Janice's. Yes. Okay. Great. Okay. So they're doing that, and then he's doing the other one as well.
Yes, he is. He's doing a couple more as well. So his are always very popular. Okay. Dr. Dan Ritchie, who older adults. I think everything's kind of evening it out this year so far. So I think that, everything seems to be evening out as far as their numbers. And we've got February 28th, prices go up February 28th. So we've already got 2 deadlines.
Okay.
But the numbers are, like I said, kind of mixed. Hip and knee replacements, corrective exercise. Fabio Camana with NASM is always, his stuff is always super popular. Dr. Len Kravitz, he's doing carbohydrate craziness he's doing, and also the ultimate brain booster and stress reducer.
And if he's talking, I'm listening.
His PowerPoints are just fascinating. He's just like such a genius, and he makes nerd look great, as far as all his education and trying to comprehend this stuff, right? So Sculpt and Zumba and Stroop's equipment. We've got some real fun stuff with Carolyn Erickson, and we've got a lot of new sponsors and new presenters, and we like our old standbys, but we've got some really great new names as well. Steel Mace with Trevor Tom and Tyler Valencia, that those guys are new to us. So we're really trying to up our game in the personal training department, and and I think we've always had great personal training stuff, but somebody said we didn't have enough. I'm like, hey, I'll prove it to you, boy. And so we've got little boot Don't ever
Don't
say
ever
that to
say
me.
that.
Some
Right.
great fun group exercise stuff, like I said, Pound and My Fitness. And oh gosh, it's just, I think we have like 90 different workshops plus the 9 certifications. And so it's all good. Yeah. So
So exciting. Yeah. Well, and everybody loves to come to these, I gotta say, to shop as well. So talk a little bit about the expo. What's going to be juicy in
we've
there?
got Yoga Styles is a really cute yoga store in Phoenix, and she wasn't able to come last year, so I'm so glad she's back again. So we've got a couple, yeah,
I'm
clothing
there.
vendors.
I'm
Power
all over
Music
it.
is our music sponsor. Stroops is our equipment sponsor. So we'll have about 45 booths. We have paddleboard yoga, by the way. And so we have, we'll have free samples. We have a healthy coffee booth. So it's just a variety of like just, not all, we try to get a variety so you're not walking down and you have 20 supplement companies or you have 20 clothing. So with only 40 or 45 booths, we want the variety for people. So those are just to name a few that I can think of. So just a little bit of shopping. We have shopping breaks, and the expo is free and open to the public. So if anybody wanted to come down just for that, they could. But typically our attendees during their expo breaks, they buy, they check out the music and they check out the free samples and buy a pair of workout pants and just get some education at the booths as well. So that's a little bit of taste.
So fun. All right. So we know we could send listeners to learn more or request a brochure at what's
it's
the URL?
fitnessfest.org. And if they want specifically, fitnessfest.org/Arizona will bring them right to the Phoenix, Arizona site. If you just go to fitnessfest.org, you kind of have to take a couple more steps. But if they want it, we will be in Anaheim June 1st and 2nd, and then we'll be in San Diego in October. So all the information's on there. We even have a Mind, Body, Spirit retreat if they want to check that out at the fitnessfest.org. They can find all that stuff there. So yeah, you know what? I don't think I mentioned Mashup for my pre-con. I just saw that, so I got to give them a quick plug. So. Oh,
You did. Actually,
okay.
You said it was really fun. Yeah. So second plug. So the event in Arizona happens. This is in April. The 25th is when it starts at the Sheridan Mesa. Are there still
but we are limited on
available?
queen beds. So if someone wants to share, if they're coming with a friend and they want 2 queen beds, they got to get on that real quick. Just click I think it says location/hotel on the toolbar. I hope it's called a toolbar. So yeah, the deadline is coming up maybe in 4 weeks or so for the hotel, but you've got to stay at the host hotel because, if you share, it's only $75 a night. It's $149 if you don't. And so everything is right there. We've got an obstacle course Saturday morning. We've got beautiful grassy areas. We've got 2 beautiful pools. And so, you want to get up in the morning and not have to, drive even if it's only a few miles to save $10. So I encourage people to definitely stay at our host hotel. Let's see. If you go to fitnessfest.org Arizona, you'll see how to sign up for the hotel. And this is what I tell people too. It's like, how a hotel is. If you book it now and you're not 100%, if you can change you can schedule to come, at least book the hotel. And then by February 28th, then, sign up and register for Fitness Fest so you can get the best prices. And that way you'll get your hotel. That's what I always do when I go to IDEA. Like, I never want to get caught not at the host hotel, so I just book that first. And so, yeah, so I'm glad you mentioned it. And we're so looking forward. You're doing 2 workshops, aren't you?
I am. We're doing one. I'm doing one for you on social media and one on
Well, I bet you yours has got the numbers off the chart too, because that is so popular.
Well, we're kind of all interested in that, right?
I can't pull that up real quick. That's a Joanna job. But yes, yours is, I'm pretty sure yours is doing super well. So we definitely want to pump you. We're very, very excited to have you on board, and you just come so highly recommended. And I know we got to do a podcast a few years ago together, but I really appreciate you inviting me, because this is just fun to share what we love, and I could just do this kind of stuff all day long. But
so awesome. Well, I think we've covered all of the basics, covered fitnessfest.org/Arizona. For you guys listening who are walking, weight training, or you're commuting, I've got you covered. The links are here. I'll link to the host hotel here, make it easy for you so you can come to the show notes. Janice, last question I ask is there a question I should have asked you?
I don't think so. You're awesome. I love it. And
good answer. Fitness Pros, if you're listening and you still have a question, leave it below the show link at today's episode, fitnessmarketingmastery.com/FitnessFest. And I'd love it if you'd leave us a rating in iTunes. It helps us spread the word to more fitness professionals. And check out the blog and other podcast episodes at fitnessmarketingmastery.com/FitnessFest. That's where you'll find this episode. Thanks so much.